A new sensor arrives in the PlanetWatch ecosystem. In this video we will look at what a Type 3 sensor is, the specs of the sensor itself, and why the rewards are better than you think. Coming right up. First, the coffee. Hi, I'm Chris, and in this channel we are going to talk about crypto while drinking coffee. I think a little context is what we should start this video with. So, what is a Type 3 sensor? According to the white paper, Type 3 are indoor air quality monitoring devices that continuously measure volatile organic compounds, PM2.5, CO2, temperature and relative humidity. Also, they are reset certified. Later in this video we will discuss why this is strategically important. So these are the characteristics that separate a Type 3 device from all the other types of sensors in the PlanetWatch structure. Going further with the Type 3 specifics, let's look at the rewards. As we can see, we have a separate budget than all the other types, so 20%. And this type is not affected by tier 1 and tier 2 area, so you don't need to worry for where your location is. And now one thing that most of you are interested in, the daily earnings. For Type 3 we are looking at 30.8 planets per day. Now here comes the new part that makes this sensor so much better. Just a few hours ago, hopefully less than 24 hours than when this video is released, PlanetWatch announced a temporary 50% increase in the daily rewards. So we are looking at 46.3 planets per day. This increase will be from their own budget and will last until December 2021. Meanwhile, they will let the community vote if this reward increase should be permanent. I think that this permanent increase reward will happen, and I will vote yes on this. So if everything goes well, we will have a permanent 46.3 planets daily reward for Type 3. Great! Now that we have an understanding of what a Type 3 sensor is in the PlanetWatch strategy, we can take a look at the actual device. The device is called Sensedge Mini and is produced by Kaiterra. As we can see, this sensor is used for a lot of organizations and corporations like Microsoft, Facebook, UNICEF. This is also a good argument for some YouTubers who are claiming that PlanetWatch is doomed because nobody cares about air quality. Well, these little folks seem to care. We'll discuss this in a separate video. So the device is 155mm or 6.1 inches in length, 129mm or 5.1 inches in width, and 34mm or 1.3 inches in height, so quite small. The device weighs 370 grams or 0.82 pounds. Now the important part. It uses less than 10 watts and it can be powered either through a USB-C cable, a direct wire, or a PoE, which is power over the Ethernet cable. So the cost of running this sensor is very low. For internet connection, again, Ethernet and Wi-Fi. And regarding connections, here is the fun part. It has MQTT, which allows us to plug this sensor in a home automation system. I'll be doing that in the future, so subscribe to this channel if you want to see. It can be put on a flat surface, mounted on a wall, ceiling, or electrical box. When it comes to the sensor part, this one measures the most important ones: PM2.5, VOC, CO2, temperature and relative humidity. Basically everything that Type 3 must sense. Also, the unique part of this sensor and why PlanetWatch chose this, in my opinion, is the modular design. So instead of changing the sensor every 1 to 2 years or shipping it to the manufacturer for recalibration, you use removable modules. You just swap the old ones with the new ones and that's it. The cost will be less than $200 and PlanetWatch told the community that it will think of ways to reduce this cost for us, maybe even support all the cost. We will see. They were all a strategy for sensor calibration when the time comes. So before we go into the discussion of pros and cons, we must first talk about the price and how to get one. PlanetWatch announced that they believe they'll have at least 500 units for worldwide distribution by the end of September. And you need to be a Type 3 license holder to buy it. So how can we find out if we can catch this September batch? You need to go to PlanetWatch.io, licenses, Type 3 license. And here you have the counter. Now here is a little trick. Since both sites have the same structure, we just need to copy this URL of this page, open a new tab, paste it, and then just change the domain to US instead of IO. Voila! Add the sold licenses from both sites, and if the sum is smaller than 500, you can be sure that you will get this batch. If you want to know how to buy planets in order to buy the licenses, check my video on this, link in the top right corner and in the description below. So at the moment of the recording you can still get one. We have 222 spots for the first batch of Type 3 sensors. And be sure to order yours from the appropriate site, now that we have both sites open. So IO is for European Union and US is for the rest of the world. Now many of you, myself included, wanted to know more about this sensor. So I asked Claudio Parinello, the CEO of PlanetWatch, about this in one of the EMAs. Regarding the price, PlanetWatch, since he's buying the sensors in bulk, is still trying to push the price down, so negotiations are ongoing. He also pointed out that looking only at the daily reward is a little narrow. If they sell data that involves your sensors reading, a part of profit, 40%, will come back to you, the owner of the sensor. And this is on top of the daily reward. So having a reliable, very accurate sensor whose data had bigger chance of being bought are not aspects to be discarded. Yes, AtmoTube looks pretty good from a daily reward price ratio, but they are hard to come by, and having 2 videos on how to set up and optimize them is a confirmation that they are not set and forget type of device. Besides, if we go back to the sensor itself, we discovered that the compliance with the reset's technical requirements provide a scientific and repeatable method of measuring air quality. And finally, compliance with the performance targets set by Reset opens the way of obtaining Reset Air certification for healthy buildings. This opens so many possibilities for PlanetWatch, and I think that this is the reason why they chose a Reset sensor that is more expensive. They can not only reward you for sending them your data, but also the sensors themselves can help your building or business be certified as a healthy one. Talking about opportunity stacking. And if you want these sensors for your house, you can integrate it with your smart home since it supports MQTT protocol. I'll probably also do that with mine, and a video on that will follow. So, will I buy one? Yes, I already bought the license way before the sensor was announced. It was obvious that they will maintain the system in which buying a license means getting a reservation for the sensor itself. And not only that, I want to present to you guys each type of sensor, tutorials, how to set it up, and review videos. More reason to subscribe. That's it for this video. If you found this content useful, give it a thumbs up, it will help my channel a lot. If you want to find more about this project, tips and tricks, other sensors, PlanetWatch news, then do subscribe to this channel. Also, if you use the links in the description, you will support me in creating these videos with no extra cost to you. Until next time, see ya!